Igbo ọma na-ege ntị, anyị ekene unu ọzọ n'ụbọchị nke taa anyị sịkwa nke onye chiri ya zelu. Alright, once again, good morning, good afternoon, good night. It depends your time and your location. You are joining us today at Eastern News 24. I see Meka Chukwu Okike Abiama, Polomiye niile, gọzie unu, ụmụ Biafra. Oya dịrị unu mma n'Eke, oya dịrị unu mma n'Olie, oya dịrị unu mma n'Afọ, oya dịrị unu mma na Nkwọ. Ise. I just want to ask Maka Chukwu Okike Abiama bless and keep our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In all, Biafra will come, and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be the least. He said, all right. I did go see Nadina. Kabop no si go see you here when no bossing keta. All right. This is Biko. Oh, eventually could be from go see you near Bife. But now it has come to a point that all the bloggers will rise now and begin to condemn some certain things. Okay, now just listen to what this man is saying. This man that calls himself Asari Dokubo in an interview about Igbo and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Just listen to it. I will still come back to do more analysis on it. And after that, leave us with your own comment on the comment below. Just listen to it. I'm with name this man. I'm with name just gay be a kenya.
Ibibios around towards the end, and around people.
Maybe you have to make a distinction now, or is it the same? Ijo, Biafra, and Igbo.
Biafra, the real Biafra, the name Biafra, the geographical location Biafra, is Ijo and a little bit Oron and a little bit Ibibio. Some few Ibibios are in that territory, the Bight of Biafra. Then, in 1967, the Eastern Ijos were part of Eastern region. An Eastern Consultative Assembly was convoked in Enugu, and Francis an Ijo man gave the name Biafra, suggested, moved the motion that Biafra should be adopted. Francis Opigo. And Biafra was adopted, and on the 30th of May, 1967, the Republic of Biafra was declared, which included the Eastern Ijo within our territory. So Biafra has nothing to do with Igbo. And I hear intellectual talk rubbish, rot. Can they dismiss this historical fact that the geographical area known as Biafra is Ijo? It's in Boro's book. Boro said this place is Biafra.
You're talking about the 12-day revolution?
Yes, go page 152, go and see it. Boro said this place is Biafra. In his book, Geographical Biafra. At that time, Biafra had not been declared. Then the instrument of declaration of Biafra in Enugu, in that instrument of declaration, Ijo territories in the eastern region were included in the declared Biafran state. The Biafran state that was declared in 1967 was not an Igbo state. It was the sovereignty, the mandate was given for the retaking of the sovereignty, the collective sovereignty of the people found within the borders of the British created eastern region of Nigeria.
Okay, now, what's happening between you and Nnamdi Kanu? Because I have seen on the social media this banter. Sometimes
Nnamdi Kanu is a person who is empty in his head, and Nnamdi Kanu wants an Igbo Biafra. Taking our name to hang to what does to himself, it doesn't belong to him. And instead of calling for all He wants an Igbo. So he will say, Chukwuka Obioma is the god of Igbo land, is the god of Biafra. Who is Chukwuka Obioma? I don't know him. It's not a Jaw word. He comes around, he says, Biafra is a Jewish state. Well, I am not a Jew. I will never be Jew. My ancestors are superior to Jews. The Jews tell a story that they were chosen. No, my ancestors too were chosen. It is only a tyrannical God that will create people and choose one people over and above other. Then that God is tyrant, is Satan. For him to prefer his creatures, we didn't lobby God to create us. God created us and said, "Now, if you are telling me you are my person," that God is Satan. And anybody who believes in any God like that God has a chosen people, is satanic himself. And that God is a forerunner to Hitler. So, I am not a Jew. I am an Ijaw man. I am a Calabar Ijaw man. Period. He says Islam will not be in his Biafra. I said, no. Which one is your Biafra? The Biafra that I know is Ijaw. Now, the Ijaws, Franco Pigo, used the Ijaw name and sold it to all the people of the former Eastern region in 1967. And on May 30th, that Ijaw name was adopted by that Ijaw area. The name for the Ijaw area was adopted by all the people of the Eastern region, and it became Republic of Biafra. So which Biafra are you talking about? I have no business with his IPOB as long as it does not concern Biafra. When you call Biafra, I am included in Biafra. And I will stand up as a Biafra. That don't include me. I'm a Muslim. I am not a Jew.
So here there is a distinction between the IPOB and Biafra.
Yes, that's a distinction. I don't know whether IPOB is Igbo. Even though I have Igbo blood flowing in my vein, I am not an Igbo man today.
I was coming to that. What's the meaning of a diabali?
The diabali is an animal, but what it literally means, what it contextual meaning of a diabali is he who kills at night. My great ancestor, Nabobuari Harry Braid, was originally an Igbo man from Obom in Abam. His parents moved to Obosi in present Anambra State, Obosi in present Anambra State. From there, he came to Kalabari. King Amakri acquired him from the Aro people who came with him to Taurus Ramapri, Elem Kalabari, and he became a Kalabari man. He died in the 1820s as the richest and one of the most powerful men of his time.
Okay, Asari Dokubo there on a number of issues. Yes, as a citizen, he's entitled to his opinions. But, a number of clarifications. The first is that the comments he made with regard to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You recall that on June 14, Asari Dokubo had threatened publicly, and this was reported in the media, I'm not making it up, that he will bring down Nnamdi Kanu. And I think at the time, he declared a separate group away from IPOB. And he said, he accused Nnamdi Kanu of all sorts of things. He even swore on the Quran. And I guess it's on the basis of that Kanu's supporters have been saying that perhaps Asari Dokubo has a hand in the arrest. I know if any Ejiofor will not like that. But he has expressed his own opinion of Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and his, subsequent, rendition to the Nigerian authorities. So I guess it's important to understand the context, to know where Asari Dokubo is coming from. Then Asari Dokubo in that interview also made some claims about Biafra. Well, maybe he needs to do a little research. The name Biafra did not come from Igbos.
Yes.
Actually, as far back as 1710,
Yes.
the Portuguese had named, that zone, Bight of Biafra or Bight of Mafra.
Yeah.
And it went all the way to Equatorial Guinea, to Sao Tome. And at the time, that Bight was in Cameroon, not even Nigeria. And it was, adopted in 1967, and used as a name of a revolutionary movement that will bring about another secessionist country. But we know the history of all of that. But in 1975, long after the Civil War, the Nigerian government adopted for that particular coastal line the name Bight of Bonny.
Bonny, yeah.
Is known as the Bight of Bonny because the Nigerian government jettisoned the name Biafra. But he was trying to give some history about how it was a certain person, that gave the name. But the big development from all of this, however, is a conflict between the Southeast and the South-South with regard to the current situation in the country. IPOP, the Indigenous Peoples Organization of Biafra, issued a statement accusing the leader of PANDEF, Chief Ike Clark, of making some statements with how South-South is not part of the struggle and all of that, and how the South-South cannot be, dragooned into the proposed second time around Republic of Biafra. So it's important for people to be sensitive to some of these details, and for us all to allow conversation, to allow debate, because we are in a very delicate place in Nigeria at this moment, whereby some people just construct their own propaganda and they try to shut down other views, and that, I think, is not good for the health of the polity. All opinions, all views should be allowed to air. And that's why on this station, we bring everybody, from Ifeanyi Ejiofor to Asari Dokubo. Express your view. Let Nigerians look at it. But don't say people cannot express their own views.
Their views.
That's the height of dictatorship. Worse than official dictatorship.
I mean, very, very great words. I think it was Voltaire that says, I might not necessarily agree with you, but I will die to defend your right to say what you have to say, even if I don't agree with you. And it's good we set the record straight historically, because, you see, this comes from not teaching history in schools. Because I have seen one too many times, a lot of people have skewed history. And Dr. Bat, it's good you set the tone there.
All right, Dalolene, Konsigeya Bife Nido Awa. Kefi wode kiku basata maka ye Asari Dokubo Kulu Nido Awa. Drop here on the comment section below. All right, once again, don't forget that this is Eastern News 24. We have to give to you the latest news and the latest story on what is happening in Biafra land. Kina da nifa kuina fuzo. Oyana bu munne yamba na bo yamba. All right, and also don't forget to comment on it. Thank you. Stay tuned at Eastern News 24. Nearby Kemesiano.